All right. Today we are looking at One Piece, Chapter 1167, Ida's Sons. So, referring to uh, Loki and uh, Hiruden. Before I get into it, um, I saw a couple of very basic spoilers. I don't know if they well, obviously I don't know if they're true or yet, or not yet. But one of them is basic. Apparently, Herald stocks are going down even more. So we'll have to wait and see about that. Um, and apparently, Shanks does something interesting because his stocks are up. We have to wait and see if the interesting thing I heard is true or not, though. But first, we have a reader request of Gin and Nojiko scolding a cat trying to steal a book, but they're not actually mad, not really mad, by the ideal Sanji. Interesting name. Big Book of Fish. That's a good book to steal. You got the shopkeep running after it. Nice. Alright. And we are instantly starting with big news Morgans. 5 years after God Valley, so we're skipping ahead a little bit. We're all freaking out that there were pirates off the coast, and all of a sudden, enormous figures appeared out of the mist behind them. The next thing I knew, the ship was in splinters. Sunk in a matter of Saturn by Neptunian. No, it was like human. This event take place in the Florian Triangle. Not even close. You think there's any fish bird catching out there? We don't go near it. All I can say is it was a monster in human form. Okay, so a giant. Herald by the next page. At this time, the countries of the Grand Line were abuzz with a frightening rumor, a tale of lurking monster that struck its targets, mostly pirate ships, from the deeper mists out at sea. In true, this monster was Herald, but to the people in the sea who'd never even seen a giant before, the experience was pure terror. As part of his sworn oath of 1,000-year atonement, Herald assisted the Navy's efforts to uphold order. Okay, so his deal is him being a pseudo-warlord, then. I'm assuming without the perks, but sure. Pirates who scattered to the winds after God Valley would grow the power over the next decade or two until they reached their primes and became the faces of the era. All the while, as the pirates around them focused on claiming territory, one crew achieved the seemingly impossible and succeeded in circumnavigating the globe. Roger Pirates. Yeah. When he was captured sometime later, the world government assumed it would serve as a demonstration of their strength. However, started the story. Sent the world into an era of frenzied madness. To counteract the arrival of the unforeseen Great Era piracy, Navy headquarters recruited over a dozen giants from various regions, in the hopes of bolstering the ranks. So I'm assuming, I don't know if this is the right time period for it, but this would be like the group John Giant was a higher up member in, slash, was like the lead of. Um, Herald had been faithfully serving as a tool, was finally given official access to the Holy Land this year. Shallows Covenant? You are now a trusted weapon of the Holy Knights of God. A devoted blade. I do not like that at all. The Covenant has 3 stages. The Shallows is but a mere trace of a bond, but the Depths and Abyssal are reserved for only 13 exclusive individuals who can enter into contract with the true God. If the day should come that you are made a proper knight, then you will know the truth. Is that of course. Be announced to the world, and you will be welcome. Okay. Okay, so the place of where the Holy Knights reside / work from. Shangara, I think. What is the Great One thinking? Can the King of Alpa actually take orders? Of course. Your word is my command. Interesting. Okay, Garling is lead, which makes sense. He has been this whole time. We will call if we need you. Keep a long distance transponder now on your person. You are free to visit the lower world, but you will not speak a word of what goes on here. Okay. 20 years ago, him and the King Neptune are hanging out. First of all, very much thought your son was some kind of demon child. Actually, a fortune teller told me that I would receive a daughter 4 years from now. 16, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. What do you say? We can betroth your Loki to my daughter. Okay. Ugh. And your shaggy daughter. Ooh. Yeah, okay. People are going to be running with that. The Shirahoshi is shaggy truthers. Oh. Okay. 20 years ago, the Owl Library was founded. Also, this is when Gaban's son would be born, right? 20 years ago? I just realized. That's also when Saul was accepted and became a teacher / professor. 15 years ago was the Fisher Tiger stuff. Cool. So is that supposed to be Shanks betraying them? Fighting for us, we can escape this hell. Okay, so the Boa sisters got Koala, or is that just showing? No, I'm assuming that's just showing Koala also escaped during that, which we know. Caused by the future captain of Sun Pirates, Fisher Tiger. It was known as the ransacking of sacred Marijois. Sounds like it was quite a night. We're thinking someone from our side might have opened up the armory to them. So we're looking for the rat now. Put him to death. Let me introduce. This is Shanks. He's the younger brother of Shamrock, spirited after birth, separated after birth. Although some definitions of spirited might have worked there. Been through the gauntlet of the lower world, but if entered into a Depths Covenant, he'll be an instant boost, likely on the level of Shamrock. For the time being, we'll use him as a devoted blade of God like you. I don't know you. Great lumbering peon. I dare you speak to me as if we're equals. I've always had the blood of Figarland in my veins. Mark my words, I'll be a knight before you. Okay. Okay, Shanks. Mm-hmm. To be the hero who captures the one responsible for the attack. Any clues? Still time to do this once your wounds are healed. You don't know how it feels to learn that you've wasted 24 years of your life. I always knew I was different from the others. Sure. Sorry about that, I had to sneeze. That year, so still 15 years ago, Ida falls sick. Seems you've been getting worse by the day. That's a good boy. Hey, outsider hag. Oof. Got some fresh meat to feed her. You're the only one who can tame that little beast. Hired and set off as a pseudo pirate. Cool. To help find a doctor. It's nice of Loki, though. He talks tough, but you know. Brewer's Village, Loki's mother's home. What did you say? I said we don't want that outsider woman becoming the queen. You agree with that? So he gave that witch a little poison. 3 ergot spores won't stop once they've taken root. It's certain death. Motto, get in touch with Harold at once. Doesn't matter if we're not related by blood. Loki's my dear. Okay. I remember what my real mother did. She cast me out of the tree into the underworld. You want fortune? You people make me sick. Rita ain't gonna die, is she? Because she's the only mother I have. People read shit like that and then wonder when we're gonna meet Luffy's real mother, guys. But his real mother, not Dadan, the woman that raised him and showed him love. We need to know who his real mother is. A person he's probably never met, at least at an age where he can remember things. God. Anywho, outside of this, it's a good chapter. A little short. What, 17 pages? In Shueisha's web browser, 17. So we learned Harold became the lowest version of a Holy Knight. We learned that Shanks tried to be a Holy Knight for a little bit, potentially being a traitor while there, which is interesting. And Ada was poisoned, and Loki destroyed a village because of it. Which, I mean, fucking based. I know. Oh. Okay, yeah. Harold's an idiot. But we already knew that. I'm really looking forward to what we know. Because I know we're getting pretty close to when the incident where Harold died happened. Which actually, here, let me... Harold's death. One Piece. AI overview is saying 14 years ago. Let's go to something better than that. Murdered 14 years ago. So we are 1 year away from when Harold died, which means we're basically done with this flashback, depending on how in depth we get with that stuff leading up to it. We're also right at the time when Shanks would have left the Holy Knights to go on and become a pirate. And then lose his arm. Because we know 14 years ago, he still had the arm and was there for it, but he was potentially back to being a pirate by then. So we'll have to wait and see what's going on with that. If there's anything I missed, or that you want to talk about, comment down below. Otherwise, let me know how things are going. Just, chat with me. Love to have more to talk about after the reading of the videos. With that being said, y'all, be yourselves.